Many veterans file a VA claim for increase the moment their condition gets worse, but filing too soon can actually hurt your VA disability rating. As a former VA rater, I've seen claims denied or delayed simply because veterans didn't prepare the right evidence before submitting the claim for increase. In today's video, I'm going to explain what you should do before filing a VA claim for increase and how the evidence like medical records, DBQs, and CMP exams affect your VA disability rating. Make sure you stick around. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dwayne. I got a video for that Kimball, United States Army veteran and retired VA rating specialist. Before I get into today's video, go ahead and do me a huge favor. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. So today's video, you're about to file a claim for increase. What you should do. As a former VA rater, I've seen veterans actually get reduced more by filing a claim for increase. So I'm gonna give you a nugget at the end of this video to help prevent that. But I'm gonna give you some steps that you need to take before you file that claim for increase. Okay. It's important, people, because I believe, and this is just my opinion, if you don't do these things, you may come out with a CNC rating, confirmed and continued, meaning you're 0% or 10%, you're going for an increase, and you get that CNC rating that states confirmed and continued, that keeps you at your current percentage. All right. So I know you're probably thinking, Dwayne, you said confirmed and continued. CNC, what's that? Well, you know, your nugget man got you covered. I got a video on that. So make sure you go to my channel and check it out. So first thing you want to do when you file a claim for increase, call 800-827-1000. 800-827-1000. Okay. And that is VBA's National Call Center. And you want to request an intent to file for compensation. Now, this is very important because regardless if you work with a consulting company, a VSO organization, a claims agent, or an attorney, this effective date, okay, is going to benefit you, because if you do get an increase and it changes your overall percentage, you could be entitled to some back pay. All right. Number two, while you're still on the phone with them, you also are going to request a disability breakdown letter to include the diagnostic codes. Okay. So in my first book, VA Claim Success, I have a sample of this letter. Okay. So in this letter, you're going to have some very important information. You're going to have the percentage. That percentage is going to be connected to the service connected condition that you currently are looking to do an increase for. And you're going to have the 4-digit diagnostic code. And the reason why this diagnostic code is so important, because that's where you go to the VA's rating scheduler and you look up this diagnostic code. So if you're at 0%, it's going to tell you the criteria for the 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever the higher percentage is for that particular condition. And guess where else you can find it? This is an added nugget in the rating decision that granted that particular benefit. Veterans, if you're filing a VA disability claim for a mental health condition, you know the process can be frustrating and overwhelming. Having the right evidence can make all the difference. That's where Tampa Counseling and Wellness comes in. They specialize in providing mental health DBQs and Nexus Statements, helping veterans establish direct service connection for mental health conditions or secondary service connection due to issues like tinnitus, migraines, or back problems. The team at Tampa Counseling and Wellness is passionate about supporting those who serve. They understand the VA process and are committed to helping you get the benefits you've earned. If you need expert support for your mental health claim, don't go at it alone. Contact Tampa Counseling and Wellness today. Okay. So, make sure you keep all the paperwork that the VA sends you. Number three, understand which service connected conditions you want to claim for increase. So when you get that letter, you're going to look at what your service connected for. Okay. You're going to look at this condition, that condition, and you'll know, hey, wait a minute. Yep. Those are the conditions I want to do an increase for. All right. Now, number four, on that letter, I said diagnostic codes. So you're going to confirm the diagnostic codes that are assigned for the condition that you want to file the increase for. Okay. So let me just give you an example. Let's say your service connected for PTSD at 30%, migraines at 10%, a back condition at 0%. Okay. So for PTSD, the diagnostic code is 9411. One unique thing about mental conditions, it doesn't matter if you're claiming an increase for major depressive disorder, PTSD, schizophrenia, anxiety. The criteria for the 0, 10, 30, 50, 70, and 100 is the same. Okay. Then you have migraines, 10%. The diagnostic code for migraines is 8100. The highest percentages you can get for migraines is 50%. And then you have back condition at 0%. 9 times out of 10, that diagnostic code is going to be 5237. And once you get past 10%, it's based off of range of motion. Now, there is a range of motion for 10%, but the majority of the time, the veteran doesn't meet it, but they meet the objective evidence of pain, which requires a 10% rating. Anything above that, 20, 40% is based off of range of motion. Okay. Just keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to increases, veterans have asked me in the past, say, Dwayne, if you were filing a claim for increase, would you go out and get a DBQ or would you just go to the CMP exam? And I'm going to tell you, people, I had to really think about this because you all know by now, should know by now, my faith in a VA CMP examiner and my faith in a third party VA CMP examiner is very low. Okay. I would say this: if you cannot afford these 3 DBQs in this example I just gave you for increases, then you can go to a CMP exam, which is free. Okay. But each veteran is different. It will be up to you. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to go to my medical provider and get a DBQ completed just because I've lost all faith in the VA CMP examiner and the third party examiners. I just don't trust them. That's me, but this is your claim. You have to make that decision. Okay. Now, number 5, start building a paper trail. Once you do that intent to file, you got 365 days to file a prescribed claim form. Okay. So that gives you time to determine which condition you're going to claim the increase for and look up the diagnostic code criteria and see what that criteria is. So now you can start building your evidence, that paper trail. Okay. So regardless if you go out and get a private DBQ or you just go in for increase and go to the CMP exam, you have some evidence to bag it up. Okay. Now, you know what you want to claim the increase for, and you have your evidence. What is the next thing I'm going to do or you can do? File the claim using Quick Submit. I think that is the fastest way right now to file your claim. So you go to the VA's website, you download the most current VA Form 21-526 EZ because that's the prescribed claim form that you're going to need to file that increase. Okay. You have your DBQ and evidence, or if you decide to go to the CMP exam, you don't have a private DBQ, You just have the 526EZ and the evidence that shows what? You meet the criteria for the next higher percentage. Okay. You got to do that, people. Once you get it, complete it, you save it to your computer, you scan the evidence in, and you submit it using the quick submit link. Number 7, continue to educate yourself on the claims process. Review the diagnostic code criteria your evidence shows you meet, which is the next higher or maybe even higher than that. Okay. Number 8, when you understand that and understand how your evidence shows it, now you can reasonably articulate it to the CMP examiner when you get to that CMP exam. If you decided not, I repeat, not to obtain a private VA DBQ. Okay. Now, here's the nugget. You ready? Put a fire emoji in the chat and let me know if you're ready for this nugget. Another thing that you want to do that I didn't talk about, you want to confirm how long those conditions have been in effect at that particular percentage. So I told you, PTSD, migraines, okay, and lumbar strain. They all have a percentage assigned. You have to confirm how long those percentages have been in effect. How you can do that? You can go to your rating decision. It's in there. They granted service connection for PTSD at 30% on this particular date. Okay. Also, it will be in your rating decision code sheet. If you don't know what the rating decision code sheet is, don't worry about it. Guess what? Nugget Man got you covered. I did a video on it. All right. So just make sure you go to my channel and watch that video, and you will know what a rating decision code sheet, that date for that particular effective date for that particular percentage is on the code sheet. Now that you have this, this is what you want to think about. If those conditions have been in effect less than 5 years and you elect not to get a DBQ and go to a CMP exam and it shows improvement, they are going to do a proposal to reduce when that exam shows improvement, and it could lower your overall percentage. All right. Now, let's say these percentages have been in effect more or longer than 5 years, and you go to that CMP exam and it shows improvement. They cannot do a proposal to reduce. They have to do a confirm and continue because they need 2 exams within 5 years to show improvement to do a proposal to reduce. Now, cancers are different. That criteria I just gave you, the 5 years, it does not pertain to cancers. That's different. All right. So that is the nugget. And I just gave you 8, well, 9, including the nugget, things that you need to do to prepare before you file that claim for increase. I think this is one of the ways outside of filing for IU that I've seen veterans as a former VA rater get reduced. Okay. It's simple. Go back and watch this video once, twice, if you are thinking about filing a claim for increase. With that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and as always, share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you. Don't be frustrated, get educated.